The ERi-TV news broadcast crew and I, Delete Sahaya, are now ready for your daily news briefing at 10:30 local time. First, let us catch up with the major headlines. International Day for Plant Health observed at a national level. Cataract surgery on over 270 nationals in southern Sea region. Trump arrives in China for high-stake meeting with Xi Jinping. And Venezuela acting president rejects the idea of Venezuela becoming another U.S. state. Proceeding with our reports. International Day for Plant Health, observed annually on 12th May, is being commemorated at a national and international level under the theme Plant Biosecurity and Food Security. Since its inspection on 2022, this year marks the 5th celebration of the day in Eritrea and around the world. The observance provides an important opportunity to raise awareness about critical role plant health plays in ensuring food security and economic stability. By highlighting the threats posed by pests and diseases, it also reminds us of the need to take proactive measures, including surveillance, research, and adoption of sustainable agricultural practices. Plant biosecurity focuses on preventing the introduction and establishment of spread of pests and diseases that can reduce crop yield and ultimately diminish ability to feed growing population, thereby affecting livelihoods and economic stability. Food security, on the other hand, means ensuring that all people have access to all time to sufficient, safe, and nutritious food. Given that plants constitute 80% of human food consumption and produce 98% of oxygen we breathe, the theme Plant Biosecurity for Food Security clearly underscored the fact that plant biosecurity is not only the foundation of food security, but also essential in sustainability of life on Earth. The concept of plant biosecurity and food security, therefore, carries immense strategic importance. Eritrean agriculture relies heavily on crop production, including crops, and horticultural crops. The introduction of new pests and diseases can have a devastating effect on the national food security and the livelihoods of farmers. To prevent such introduction, it is essential to establish effective quarantine legal framework and appropriate phytosanitary measures. This regards Plant Quarantine Proclamation number 156/2006 is currently on force. Appropriate phytosanitary measures are also implemented to inspect important plants and plant production at port of entry. The International Plant Protection Convention, to which Eritrea is part, has developed 48 international standards for phytosanitary measures to assist member countries in trading pests and diseases-free plant and plant production. In addition to the national regulation and standards, Eritrea benefits significantly for those international standards. To strengthen quarantine control, Eritrea currently operates 4 quarantine stations: Asmara International Airport, Massawa and Assab seaports, and Tesane Land Port. Human and infrastructural capacity at those stations are being continuously enhanced. And surveillance activities, early detection system utilize rapid diagnosis tools, farmers training, and collaborative monitoring are also being strengthened to ensure plant biosecurity. And it is important that the theme Plant Biosecurity is Food Security aligned closely with the Ministry of Agriculture 2024-2028 strategy, which is being implemented under the strategic objective, safe and nutritious food for everyone and everywhere. Achieving this objective depends heavily on the maintaining health plant system, which directly influences both crop yield and the nutritional quality of food. Recognizing the vital role of plant health building health food system, the Ministry of Agriculture is making every effort to prevent the introduction of exotic pest diseases while strengthening routine pest and disease control activities. Particular attention is being given to the management of major pest outbreaks such as desert locust and fall armyworm. To maximize the contribution of plant biosecurity to food security, it is also essential to consider additional factors including climate change, which is occurring at an unprecedented rate and creating environmental conditions favorable to emerge and spread new pests and diseases. This presents a new challenge to research institutions such as the National Agricultural Research Institute in the Ministry of Agriculture, which is a task with developing crop varieties resisting the major disease and pests. Strengthening capacity and regulation and extension workers, farmers, and laboratory personnel through training and plant biosecurity is critical in enhancing prevention. Detection and training on plant biosecurity is critical to enhancing prevention, detection, and response to the effort. Underlining the International Day of Plant Health is merely a commemorative event, the Ministry of Agriculture said that this opportunity to reaffirm collective commitment to safeguarding plant health as the foundation of safe and nutritious food security, resilience, and prosperous nature. The Southern Rescue Region branch of the Ministry of Health, in collaboration with the Berhan Aini Hospital, has performed cataract surgery on over 270 citizens in the port city of Asab, indicating that over the past 6 months, cataract surgery has been performed on 2,925 citizens across the country. Mr. Alam Zakaras, head of the National Blindness Control Program, said that surgeries carried out in Asab was part of the program. Dr. Eyob Beyene, surgical expert at Berhan Aini Hospital, said that the cataract surgery campaign was being conducted for the second time in the Southern Rescue Region. He noted that as a result of the strong cooperation of medical experts and administrators in the region, the program was successfully implemented. Noting that inspection has previously been conducted on 52 villages across the 4 subzones of the region, Dr. Hassan Ali, medical director of Asab Hospital, said that medicines and eyeglasses has been provided to those who do not need surgery, while those who require surgery were placed in the waiting list. Dr. Hassan also said that with the availability of modern medical equipment and strong cooperation of partners, the cataract surgeries were successfully performed. Recalling a long distance they had to travel for medical treatment before independence, the beneficiaries expressed satisfaction for receiving proper healthcare services in their vicinity. Mr. Tasfai Tasfatyon, head of the Ministry of Health branch in the Central Region, reported that over the past 35 years of independence, efforts to expand health facilities and ensure equitable health services for the public have registered encouraging achievement. Mr. Tasfai went on to say that the Central Regional on the referral hospital, 3 community hospitals, 7 health centers, 25 health stations, and 2 HIV/AIDS counseling centers, of which 38 government runs and 84 are private. Regarding voluntary HIV and AIDS counseling, Mr. Tasfai said that coverage among pregnant women has reached 100%, while infection rate at the regional level had declined to 0.1%. Mr. Habtagar Mescal, head of the Information and Promotion, said that promotional and awareness-raising programs aimed at bringing about positive behavioral change have registered encouraging results. He added that progress so far made in eradicating harmful practices and promoting environmental sanitation is the outcome of these efforts. Mr. Abraham Belay, head of the Environmental Health, and as a result of the sustainable community-based environmental sanitation, latrine usage, which is about 2% in 1991, reached 89% in 2025. Straight ahead is our international news after a short break. Welcome back. U.S. President Donald Trump descended the steps of Air Force One in Beijing on Wednesday evening, greeting with pomp and pageantry ahead of high-stake meeting with the Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping. During his two-day visit, the global superpowers are expected to discuss tariffs, competitions over tech, the Iran war, and the U.S. relationship with Taiwan. Trump returns to a more assertive China since his last visit in 2017, as he faces growing analysis on the military campaign in the Middle East. Trump was originally scheduled to make the trip in March, but it was delayed because of the U.S. and Israel war in Iran, which continues to roil the global economy. The war in Iran is expected to dominate the agenda as Trump meets Xi Jinping. China relies considerable amount on Iran's oil exports, which have effectively been cut off as the ships are unable to navigate the Strait of Hormuz. The country also faces growing pressure from the U.S. to use the economic and political influence over Iran. The meeting will also be marked by tensions over Taiwan and the backdrop. As for trade, Trump is expected to push to increase Chinese purchase for the U.S. agricultural products, while Beijing took the pressure of the U.S. to reduce its tariffs on Chinese goods. On our last report, Venezuela's acting president Delcy Rodriguez on Monday rejected the idea that her country could become another U.S. state, reaffirming Venezuela's sovereignty and independence. It is not planned, it would never be planned, because if there is one thing we Venezuelans have, it's the love for our process of independence, Rodriguez said in a press conference in Hague, where she was attending proceedings at the International Court of Justice. Rodriguez said U.S. President Donald Trump knows we have been working on the diplomatic agenda of cooperation, adding that diplomacy remains the path forward. We will continue defending integrity, sovereignty, independence of our history, and the history of the glory of men and women who gave their lives that we might become a colony, not a colony, rather, but a free country, she said. Dear viewers, we've come to the end of tonight's news. Let's have a quick recap of the headlines. International Day for Plant Health observed at a international level. Cataract surgery on over 270 nationals in Southern Russia region. Trump arrives in China for high-stake meeting with Xi Jinping. And Venezuela's acting president rejects the idea of Venezuela becoming another U.S. state. And that was the news from ERi-TV studios. This has been the Let's High reporting. Thanks for watching and have a good night.